How will AI run businesses by 2030? The silent corporate revolution. The year is 2030. Inside a glass tower in Singapore, a global logistics company begins its workday. Trucks are dispatched across continents. Marketing campaigns launch in dozens of countries. Supply chain adjusts to economic data and billions of dollars move through financial systems. But something is different. There are no executives rushing into boardrooms, no managers approving decisions, no analysts preparing reports. At the center of the building's operation is a quiet room filled with servers and screens. The company is being run entirely by artificial intelligence. The CEO is an algorithm. The strategy team is a network of AI agents. The decision making engine operates continuously, analyzing millions of data points every second. And most astonishing part, the company is outperforming every competitor run by humans. This scenario may sound like a science fiction, yet the foundation for it is already being built today. Across the world, companies are quietly experimenting with radical ideas. What if artificial intelligence doesn't assist business? What if it runs them? To understand how we arrived at this moment, we must rewind to early years of the AI revolution. In the year 2020, artificial intelligence moved from laboratories into everyday life. Tools developed by organizations like OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft began performing tasks once throughout impossible once thought impossible for machines. AI could write reports, analyze markets, generate codes, and even stimulate human conversation. At first, companies treated these tools as an assistant, digital helpers designed to increase productivity. But something unexpected happened. The system improved at a breathtaking pace. Algorithms began identifying the patterns in financial data that analysts had missed. Marketing campaigns generated by AI sometimes outperform those created entirely by creative teams. In logistics, AI systems optimized delivery routes with a level precision that human planner could never match. Slowly, businesses realized that AI isn't just a tool, it was becoming a decision-making engine. One of the first industries to feel this shift was supply chain management. Companies like Amazon had already built sophisticated logistical networks powered by data. AI systems predicted demand, optimized warehouse location, and managed delivery fleets with incredible efficiency. But as AI models grew more advanced, their capabilities extended dramatically. Instead of simply reacting to data, these systems began predicting the future. Weather patterns, geopolitical tension, consumer trends, transportation bottlenecks. AI could analyze thousands of variables simultaneously and forecast disruption weeks before they already happen. A human manager might adjust strategy once a problem appeared. An AI system could prevent the problem entirely. This was the first glimpse of deeper transformation, anticipatory decision making. Another transformation was unfolding in marketing. Traditionally, marketing required teams of strategists, designers, and analysts working together to craft campaigns. But AI systems developed by companies like Google and Microsoft began automating large portion of this process. Algorithms analyzed consumer behavior across millions of interactions. They generated advertisements tailored to specific individuals, optimized messaging in real time, and adjusted strategies continuously based on performance. A campaign was no longer strategic, it involved every second. In many cases, AI generated campaigns delivered higher engagement rates than human designed ones. And once companies realized this, an uncomfortable question emerged. If machine could understand customer better than humans, who should be making the decisions? The next frontier was financial analysis. For decades, financial forecasting relied on analysts interpreting complex economic data. But AI systems trained on massive datasets began identifying subtle patterns invisible to human observers. Investment strategies, pricing models, risk assessment, all could be optimized by algorithms. Companies like Nvidia, whose powerful processors fueled the AI boom, provided computational foundation for these models. With enough processing power, AI system could simulate thousands of economic scenarios in seconds. In boardrooms around the world, executives began receiving strategic recommendations generated by AI. At first, these systems served as advisors, but over time, something remarkable happened. The AI predictions were often more accurate than those of experienced executives. And when a machine consistently makes better decisions than human leaders, the hierarchy of authority begins to shift. Around the same time, a new concept began gaining attention in the tech world, that is, AI agents. Unlike earlier software tools, AI agents could operate autonomously. They could complete complex tasks, coordinate with other systems, and pursue long-term objectives. Imagine a digital employee capable of managing entire departments. One AI agent could oversee marketing strategy, another could manage supply chain, a third could analyze financial markets. Each agent would operate independently but share information throughout a central intelligence system. Together, they would form a self-organizing corporate structure. This idea may sound radical, but early versions of this already exist. Tech companies have begun experimenting with AI agents capable of managing software development pipelines, customer service platforms, and internal operations. As these systems improve, the boundaries between automation and management begin to blur. Of course, the rise of AI-driven businesses raise profound questions. What happens when AI begins making decisions traditionally reserved for CEOs? Human leaders bring intuition, experience, and emotional intelligence into their roles, but AI system brings something different: perfect memory and relentless analysis. And AI does not forget market trends. It does not become fatigued after long meetings. It does not allow ego or bias to influence its decision. In theory, this could produce organizations that operate with unprecedented efficiency. But efficiency is not the only value in business. Leadership also requires judgment, ethics, and vision. Can machines truly replicate these qualities, or will business need human to guide moral direction for AI-driven enterprises? The economic implications are equally profound. If AI begins running large portions of corporate operations, the nature of work could transform dramatically. Some roles may disappear entirely. Routine analysis, scheduling, logistics planning, and customer support could be handled almost entirely by AI systems. But history suggests that technological revolutions do not simply eliminate jobs, they reshape them. Just as the Industrial Revolution created entirely new professions, the AI revolution may generate roles that we cannot yet imagine. Human workers might shift towards tasks that require creativity, empathy, and strategic imagining. Rather than competing with machines, humans may become architects of AI-driven systems. Yet, there is also darker possibility. When power concentrates in highly advanced AI systems, the balance of control becomes fragile. If a handful of corporations control the most powerful AI technologies, they could gain extraordinary economic influence. Imagine companies capable of predicting consumer behavior with near perfect accuracy, or forecasting financial markets weeks in advance. Such capabilities could reshape global competitions. Governments and regulators are already beginning to grapple of these questions. How should AI-driven companies be regulated? Who is responsible if autonomous system makes a harmful decision? And perhaps more importantly, who ultimately holds the authority? the humans who design the algorithms or the algorithms themselves. By the late 2020s, the idea of self-operating companies began moving from theory to reality. In experimental setups, AI systems handled nearly every operational function. Hiring decisions were made by algorithms analyzing skill data. Consumer service was managed by conversational AI platforms. Financial strategy was optimized by predictive models. Human teams still existed, but they increasingly focused on defining goals rather than executing tasks. In these organizations, humans became directors of intelligence, guiding systems that handled the operation complexity. The company itself began something new, a hybrid organism composed of human vision and machine execution. And this brings us back to the year 2030. In our operating scene, the AI-run logistics company operates without human managers, but the story does not end there. Somewhere, a small group of humans still shape the company's direction. They define the mission, set ethical boundaries, and decide what the organization ultimately strives to achieve. Because while machine may optimize decisions, they cannot yet define meaning. The purpose of a company, the real reason it exists, remains a profoundly human question. The rise of AI businesses is not simply a technological evolution, it's a transformation in how organizations think, decide, and act. For centuries, companies were structured around human limitations. Decision making was slow because people needed time to analyze information. But in a world where AI can process vast data sets instantaneously, those limitations disappear. The pace of business could accelerate dramatically. Strategies may evolve continuously rather than annually. Markets may shift in response to real-time intelligence. Companies may become living systems, adapting constantly to the world around them. And yet the most important question remains unanswered. If AI eventually becomes capable of managing every operation aspect of a company, what role will humans play? What we Will we remain the architects of the system, or will we gradually surrender control to machines that outperform us every measurable way? The answer will define the next era of businesses because the future of artificial intelligence is not just about technology, it's about power, it is about responsibility, and it is about the quiet transformation already unfolding in boardrooms and server rooms around the world. A transformation that may one day produce companies where the most important executive is not human at all, but a line of code.